Hello YouTube, it's Tim again here, bringing you a deck breakdown of my Great Nature deck. So without further ado, let's give it a start.
Can you specify which Great Nature deck?
Which Great Nature deck? It's the Stride Break. So the well, not Stride Break. That's the Big Belly. That's the Big Belly deck. That's the Stride Break. This is a Breakride Stride deck. So BBS deck, I guess you could call it.
You're abbreviating it now. Sure, why not? Does that make my Dual Knight one a BBS deck?
It is BS. I'll give you that. So anyway, you open up with the.
We tried that last time. It doesn't work going under the camera like that.
I mean, I did it. You couldn't, apparently. This is a blackboard parrot, so it's the Intersoul. Yeah, right. it's Intersoul to give something the duckbill effect of draw a card when it's retired. So that's that. And you've got 4 heals because it's a cute little body. It's a cute little body. So you've got four of them. You've got 4 of the crits, which when they're retired can +1, and you search a copy of it.
Because taking a crit out of the deck is always good.
Logically, obviously it's not good, but at the same time it's useful if you really don't have anything else you don't want to neg yourself. And then there's just another set of crits because Anaconda. Ding and Cobra, or whatever you want to call it.
It's a Cobra.
It's a Cobra. And then you've
don't
got.
Be bringing your Anaconda into this.
And then you got a Falcon because he's cool. But, yes.
So 12 crits. Wow, great.
For 12 crits.
Original.
So, I mean, maybe the type of crit triggers might be original. I don't know.
I'm just going to spend this entire video mocking your deck, by the way.
I gathered. I got a Cable Sheep.
One of them was left in a pack, by the way. I want to point that out. Oh, God. He nearly threw it away. That's how much he cares about his Cable Sheep.
Okay, yeah, I nearly threw it away. Good job. Okay. Then you've got 4 Duckbill. So good to Duckbill, which is the.
I can't mock Duckbill. He's too good.
No, he is too good. You target something and give it the effect of when it's retired to draw a card. You've got the new one, the Honorary Assistant Mike Saburo. So good, it's named after me. So you've got the you target something, similar effect to Duckbill, but instead of drawing a card when it's retired, you search a grade 3. There's any grade 3 you want, so it's a nice little searcher. And then 3 grade 1s that are stride assists. So the Mini Belly.
That is 1 more grade 1 than normal, Mike.
That is 1 grade 1 normal, that is 15. So I'll put these on the side because these you've got to try and keep in your hand. So that's it. Right, so for your main ride, or at least, you're looking for Binoculus Tiger. So it's when it attacks a Vanguard, you target a unit, give it 4k, and then retire at the end of the turn.
Vanguard or Rearguard, I want to point out.
Yeah, Vanguard or Rearguard, yes. Yes, well clarified. But it works on the Vanguard. Unlike Sleepy Tap here, which has the exact same effect, but it's got resist.
Resist, yeah.
Resist! And it works only on the Rearguard, it doesn't work on the Vanguard.
We do know it has resist, guys, we do know.
We do know, we follow the rules. And then you've got for Guru Wolf. So if it's a 20k in power or more, and it hits the Vanguard, you draw a card. So it's a nice little I get my plus back thing. And so in terms of field and things, you're mainly looking at that right now. So you're looking at these in the rear guards, that in your Vanguard, them on the rear guards, ideally. That's why I laid out like that. So you can explain like that.
Okay.
Your main ride you're looking for is specifically the SP one, which is the one of the Channel.
I'm sorry, I can't tell. My old SPs are so bad now.
Yeah, they are bad. Alright. It's just nice to use it at last. Which is where when you break ride it, you give the Vanguard 10k, of course, and when your rear guards attack, you target something, give it 4k, and it retires and draws.
Is that other unit, or I don't know if that one can do itself or not.
It should be able to do itself.
Just read it out.
Yeah, when your Great Nature rear guard attacks a Vanguard, choose one of your Great Nature rear guards. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, draw a card, retire that unit.
I don't know.
And obviously it gets to get boosted and stuff.
So yeah, it's need to ride that because of the stride. Obviously.
And just 2 Guru Tiger. So it's only 6 grade 3s. This is the Legion with this guy here.
That is something I also didn't notice that you've got 12 grade 2s.
Yeah. It's a Persona Blast. You choose 2 rear guards. Until the end of the turn, they get during the end phase, which to the drop zone. Call them back. draw a card, and choose that kind of damage zone, flip face up. So you Breakride it, it's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Because you plus 4 cards. They both come back. You draw 2 because of the Breakride, and you draw 2 because of the effect you've given here. But at the same time, you neg yourself a card because of the Persona Blast. Right.
So why do you run 6 grade 3s?
Because the grade 1 here can search a grade 3, and you're meant to try and get the Breakride first. So you're literally looking at just searching it, and then you search that to then Breakride it.
But you never Breakride.
But no, I've done it before.
I think I saw you do it once.
I did, and then I lost. I was like, I could have just won, but I wanted to get the effect. I think it's one of those games.
Okay, fair enough.
But you can Breakride is the point. It's more if you don't have the counterblast available to you or something, you just want to flip them up. Or you're just looking to plus some cards. So yeah, the concept being is you ride your Binoculars Tiger ideally, and straight away you've got these active to target whatever you. That's why there's so many grade 2s and things. Because that starter goes into Soul as well, so it frees up the space at the back for another one of these. So you're literally just dropping as many of these as you can at the back to target whatever you're targeting with the Binoculars Tiger and Tapir. Ideally, the Guru Tiger, so you can plus a card back on the on hit. I'm trying to use trigger dump on it, and it's 20k, so it's a bit of a dumb card in that respect. In terms of stride units, you've got 2 of the Cath Palug, which is the stride for the Breakride, which is kind of +1 when your rear guard attacks, gives something 4k, and to the turn. And then you draw a card, retire it.
So it's exactly the same as the Breakride, but you have to counterblast for each attack.
For each attack, yeah. So that's the main unit you're looking to stride into with that. And then afterwards, alternatively, if you ride the Guru Tiger, or you just simply don't have the counterblast, you've got the Phoenicias. Really odd names these things are. So just when it attacks, when the Vanguard attacks, you can select up to 2 units. And they get 4k until the turn, retire those units. So it's a nice little backup, which if you feel like just putting big pressure on because you have those grade 1s in your hand, you don't feel like drawing cards in that respect. You don't need to. You just want a big column, so you add 4k to 8k to a column, I guess, and then just target it with the grade 1s, which is always useful. And then of course the last thing is the Managarmer, which is the kind of +1. Flip, and then you select 2 units, give them 4k, and then when that unit attacks and it's over 20k, they can't guard grade 1s or higher. Okay, so that's the deck in general. You can argue that the one main card people see as missing is the Crayon Tiger, which is when it's boosted, +1, it attacks a Vanguard to restand a unit, give it 4k, and in turn retire and draw. So it's massive pressure, but at the same time, you've got to realise how much this deck counterblasts, and also this is my mid-game, early game build. If I put in the Crayon Tiger, then I would take the Wolf out, forget the draw a card effect, or the Legion, and take the Legion grade 3 out. So these 2 would change for Crayon Tiger and Big Belly or something, it really doesn't matter. You might be able to Breakride it or something.
So you've got basically a Tapir and a Tiger to ensure that grade 2 ride. I say ensure, but the aim is I'm going to retire grade 2, search my grade 3, or draw a card.
So this is why you can get away with 6 grade 3s, because you either find the grade 3 or you find the cat to then search.
So have you ever considered taking Cable Sheep out for the unflippy one, so you get more counterblast usage?
Yeah, I mean that's perfectly viable, but at the same time, the perfect guards in there, obviously, since the logic being, if you don't need to unflip, you put that one in. As far as I'm aware, this deck does counterblast heavy, but the game shouldn't be going on that long in this deck. So I don't think I've ever played a deck that unflipping this thing. I've never unflipped with the perfect guard. It's my thing.
I know, but like,
sure. I mean, sure. Logically being, the unflipper might as well be in there. There's no reason for it to be that, but at the same time, I don't see myself counterblasting.
But if you can unflip even once, that would allow like Crown Tiger to be like,
yeah, but I can't guarantee it. So therefore, Because there you go, that's your answer. Because I can't guarantee that I'll find Crown Tiger, there's no point risking running the on-flipping Perfect Guard.
So have you ever considered dropping the extra 2 grade 3s and just running 4?
No, because you've got to realise that you have to have that in your hand on grade 2 ride, or else you have no grade 3. You can draw into that. You can have it whenever you want. You also have to have targets. Is the other thing. When I ran 4, because I've tried it before, I ran out of targets in the deck. I played it, I had no targets, or I just didn't find a grade 3.
Oh yeah, no. Actually, no, now you say that, it's like my Pacifica issue. That's why I upped it to 10 grade 3s.
Or I opened with it and didn't obviously have a grade 3, so it was just dead. But I had a way of retiring. Sorry, because it's a combo. It's just consistency. I found it's better. The only thing, of course, is I never have an issue with striding. I don't think, because I always search the grade 3 and discard it. Which is another reason as well. 6 is nice because if you have one in your hand, you search another one, you can stride with it. So yeah, in overall, the deck works fairly well. The only thing is that I'd see in other decks is that Crown Tiger. If you feel that you have the counterblast available to it, feel free to edit this deck concept to Gurulf being the Crown Tiger and the Legion being something like Big Belly. As I said, it really doesn't matter what it is.
Am I taking this that Gurulf is your weak link of the deck?
It's the least relevant in terms of necessity, because you need to retire on your grade 2 ride anything like Guru Tiger, drop Tapir on the rear guard, or ride Tapir, drop Tapir. You need to be able to retire so that you can activate the draw card on the search to enable, and the starter into soul, to enable you to bounce that kind of hand power back to your hand, to enable you to also it's pressure on grade 2, bearing in mind.
Okay.
Because you've got your 14 to Vanguard or whatever, or 9 to Vanguard if you put it into soul, and you make that like 20 or 21 column. Because of that, you can put pressure on grade 2 and force them to ride first, which then you go, okay, ride again. Counterblast.
Fine.
Get the power going.
It's just a lot of what you're saying you're doing here is like grade 2 this, grade 2 that, so it doesn't... It seems it's more, but the deck's more based on your grade 2s than your grade 3.
Yeah,
So could you logically take out the Breakride and the Stride, put something that counterblast less, and then put in Crown Tiger, and it would be the same thing?
Yeah, it would be the exact same thing. Yeah. So if you did feel like doing it in terms of a GB deck or something instead, then you can just similarly focus on Big Belly as your main Vanguard, change that to Crown Tiger, and you've got a very similar deck. You just Big Belly into something else. But
the only issue with Big Belly is obviously
you need a field. So I also can't guarantee that it's not being retired, not being locked, not being just targeted and swung at. You need 2 units. And also, you could also take out the starter. For when it hits GB1, target something, give it 4K, and then it's retired and draws into the turn.
But you like being able to free up the space to drop another grade 1 and get a plus out of it.
That's the one, because otherwise you've only got 2 spaces and they're kind of dead in your hand. So it's to fix the early game problems that Grey Nature have. They will just ride and attack, and that is pretty much it. And after that, when they start striding, that's when they drop their grade 2 duck bill, their duck bills, their grade 1 cat thing, just everything just drops, and then they get a big hand. That's nice and all, but assuming you can stride first, which people don't tend to let you, and also you can actually stay on grade 2 for an extra turn if you want to in this deck, if it's going that well for you, because you have the draw power and things. When you do stride, you still get a stupid amount of hand advantage from the Breakride anyway.
Well, I won't say it's stupid, it's only stupid if you duck bill or cat it.
Well,
otherwise, it's just a 1-for-1, and you get a bit of power.
Well, no, it's Counterblast 2 plus 2 with the neg 1 potentially.
Potential neg 1 if you stack it on 1 unit, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so you attack with the Vanguard. What I do normally is attack with the Vanguard, put any triggers on one side, attack with that one side, Counterblast, add power to the other side, and then when that other rear guard attacks Counterblast, add to the same side. Mm-hmm. So the Breakride effect of the Stride I tend to put on the same side, and attack with the Vanguard first and trigger dump on the left side.
So it becomes Counterblast 2, give 5k, and draw a card, sort of.
Yeah, unless you're breaking a barrier with the 4k, but that's when these come in handy, because it's not at 4k, it's at 8k. Because if you had these 2 on the front row, it's attack, add 4k to the Breakride, Counterblast, add another 4k. Yeah. So you end up adding 8k. It's just it starts breaking double barriers. If you've done it right, at least. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so
Is that it?
no, it's 16k. Sorry, not thingy. It's it's 4-4 and then 4-4. So sorry, 16. So that's where it's really dumb. That's another reason why these two are really strong. Because I prefer to focus, of course, on the crits and not the stands and the ability to reactivate that. So yeah. Anything else?
I think that's it. I don't know Great Nature enough to ask why don't you use this. Literally Crayon Tiger and Big Bolu, and that's about it.
And that's on the starter. But yeah,
Polaris.
Other than that, you majoritively see Blue Tiger, something, and the Crayon Tiger. So the wolf, and maybe the penguin or something. So when it on call, get the duckbill effect. GB1. So yeah, it's just taking the normal adaptation that you'd see normally. Obviously being
So basically, yours is an early game rush build, is what this is getting at, sort of.
it's fixing the problem that Great Nature have. The stride break, the Breakride stride still has the plussing capabilities that you would normally get with Big Belly. The only unfortunate thing is Great Nature have no on-ride effect other than when it attacks at 4k or something, which that does. Which you can argue will keep this concept going. But at the same time, when you do stride, what you're striding to, that's not good enough. You need to be able to plus cards on your stride. So in terms of this build with the Breakride, that's why also I focus on the early game. Because the Breakride sits there doing nothing. And, you have to... You can just abuse the fact you're drawing cards. It's just the fact it's more power on one side. Oh, look, I've got a crit. Stupidly big number. Have you got a perfect guard? No. So, yeah, let it through. Retire, draw.
Have you got nothing that can abuse the actual Breakride?
Well, no, it's just, I said those two. So it's just the fact you add...
No. I mean, is there no grade 3 that can abuse the fact that you're Breakriding giving 10k or whatever?
Yeah. As I said, just that's why I put that in there.
Yeah, I know that. I know that one.
Other than that, there are probably ways you can abuse it. Not off the top of my head. I can't really think.
You've got nothing that can stop guarding or whatever.
No, I can't do anything like that. It's just, obviously anything that restands or can somehow break a barrier, then sure. But that's why people do the Crayon Tiger. It's the same cards for a reason. They're the strongest ones. But in terms of grade 3s, as I said, it's entirely up to you. But I find that in practice, at least, the Breakride into Stride is the strongest one they have. Big Belly is arguably just as good because with the other starter you can even just target itself as in the booster, and then if that hits you draw a card and apply a 4k to a rear guard and draw a card and retire it. So that's pretty broken. It's only one count blast, but at the end of the day it's an early game based build. I don't like not doing anything with this deck until late game. The strength of drawing early game means you can push it to late game easier and abuse it. So yeah, if you ever, depending on the position, you either go into that again to draw more cards, or you go into your ones and just add 4k to the same column. This again goes back to the point of abusing these. If you stride into that, then you add 4k here and here, and you go attack, add another 4k to it, and obviously there should be another one there or something. So add 4k to here, add another 4k to here, and then it's got another 4/4 there. So if it's the attack, they perfect guard it. Do they have a perfect guard it? They can't perfect guard again.
Yeah, so it's 16.
It's got
plus whatever trigger.
16 and let's say a trigger, so 21. It's got plus 21 on it.
31. Can't go to grade 1s.
It's 31. You can't go to grade 1s. Yeah.
So it's at least 25 out the hand.
Yeah. So that's the concept of the deck.
Okay.
It's abusing draw power and breaking barriers with adding 4k to units twice more consistently. So yeah, that is my Great Nature deck breakdown. Thank you guys for listening. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.